Peter always believed that marriage was one of life's most important achievements. From the day he said, "I do," to Anna, his wife, he felt he had reached an ideal, true love, a solid partnership, and a fulfilling life. They were seen by friends and family as the perfect couple, and this idealized image fueled the pressure Peter felt to maintain appearances. At parties, they were the center of attention, and the compliments they received became a sort of fuel for the need to always appear happy. In the early years of marriage, everything seemed perfect. Peter and Anna shared laughter, dreams, and plans for the future. They spent weekends together, traveling and exploring new places, living experiences that were a dream for any couple. Friends often praised them, admiring how they treated each other as if they were made for one another. This social approval only reinforced the idea that their relationship was flawless. However, over time, routine began to set in, and everyday life brought challenges they were unprepared to face. Peter's work became more demanding, with long hours and pressure to deliver results. Anna, for her part, started to feel the weight of managing the household and her own professional ambitions, while trying to cope with the frustration of not being where she wanted in her career. The accumulated stress began to generate conflicts. The conversations that were once frequent and open began to turn rare and superficial. Peter found himself increasingly busy, focused on meeting the expectations of his career and social circle. He wanted to be the perfect husband, but this pursuit of perfection began to create an invisible barrier between them. Anna, meanwhile, felt invisible, as if her needs and desires were being set aside in favor of an ideal image that no one seemed to question. The turning point came during a dinner with friends. As everyone shared stories about their lives and accomplishments, Peter realized that the apparent happiness of other couples affected him deeply. He began to compare himself, feeling that his relationship wasn't measuring up to expectations. This constant comparison brought an overwhelming anxiety. He needed to prove that his marriage was perfect, even though everything inside was crumbling. After that night, the pressure intensified. Peter began organizing social events, trying to maintain the image of an ideal couple. Dinners, parties, and outings became a way to hide the problems that were accumulating between him and Anna. They often played hosts, doing everything to ensure that guests had fun while, behind closed doors, tension grew. The more he tried, the more distant Anna seemed. She began to feel suffocated by the need to play a role she didn't want. Over time, Anna started to question her own happiness. While Peter was striving to maintain the facade of a perfect marriage, she felt increasingly isolated and sad. Conversations grew tense, and small disagreements turned into fights. Anna realized that she was sacrificing her well-being to maintain the appearance of a happy relationship, but inside, she was falling apart. The truth was that social pressure was eroding what little connection remained between them. One night, after a particularly stressful event, Peter and Anna found themselves at home, exhausted. The atmosphere was heavy, and in a moment of desperation, Peter shot out, "Why can't you just try to be more fun? No one wants to hear you complain." Anna, hurt, replied, "And you? Don't you realize you only care about what others think? Where is our happiness?" This exchange ignited a spark that had been stifled for months. Both were tired of fighting against the tide of expectations and judgments from others. After that argument, Peter realized he was losing Anna. He didn't want their marriage to become a series of empty social events. He loved his wife, but he was so caught up in maintaining an image that he couldn't see the pain it caused. On a rainy night, after yet another heated discussion, Peter decided he needed to confront the truth. He sat down with Anna and, for the first time in a long while, spoke about his insecurities, fears, and the pressure he felt. To his surprise, Anna had a lot to share as well. She explained how she felt neglected, how her own aspirations were often forgotten amid the effort to maintain appearances. The conversation was intense and emotional but also liberating. They realized they weren't alone in their struggles and that they both desired the same thing, an authentic marriage where they could be vulnerable and honest with each other. From that point on, Peter and Anna began to work together to rebuild the connection they had lost. They decided to prioritize open communication, setting aside time to truly listen to each other. They made small changes to their routines, like having date nights without the pressure to impress anyone else, simply enjoying each other's company. They explored new hobbies together, rediscovering interests that united them and created new memories. Anna suggested they try new activities, like dance classes or hiking on weekends. At first, Peter hesitated, but gradually he allowed himself to go along. They laughed together, had fun, and for a brief moment, the tensions eased. Rediscovering joy in small things helped solidify the new foundation they were building. The moments of relaxation and fun became essential to restore the love that seemed forgotten. Additionally, they started having deeper conversations about their personal dreams and goals. Peter realized that for too long, he had overlooked Anna's ambitions, while she felt pressured to conform to his expectations. This newfound openness allowed both to see each other as individuals, beyond just a couple. They encouraged one another to pursue their passions and not give up on their own dreams. Anna, for example, decided to return to school, something she had always wanted but had put aside. With each small step, Peter and Anna felt more connected. Dinner conversations became richer and more meaningful, and they rediscovered each other as friends and partners. They learned to express their feelings without fear of judgment, further strengthening the trust between them. Social pressure still existed, but now Peter and Anna had learned to handle it in a healthier way. They understood that true happiness didn't come from maintaining a perfect image but from cultivating genuine and honest love. Over time, the transformation in their relationship became evident. Their marriage evolved, not into something idealized, but into a real partnership filled with imperfections and challenges. They learned to navigate external expectations by prioritizing what truly mattered: love and mutual respect. The process of rebuilding was gradual, and trust was re-established bit by bit, but both were determined not to repeat the mistakes of the past. Peter and Anna realized that marriage is an ongoing construction that requires effort and commitment. They began to support each other's personal projects, celebrating each other's achievements, no matter how small. This not only strengthened their bond but also made them more resilient against external pressures. Each new project Peter accomplished at work was celebrated by Anna, and every advance Anna made in her studies was cheered on by Peter, creating a cycle of mutual support that rejuvenated their relationship. Although the journey wasn't easy, they were willing to face it together, stronger and more connected than ever. Their love was now based on authenticity rather than facade. Both felt happier, lighter, and for the first time in a long time, they sensed they were exactly where they needed to be, together, facing the world as true partners. They learned to laugh at themselves, not to take everything too seriously, and to celebrate the imperfections of daily life. However, life continued to present challenges. One day, Anna received a job offer that required her to move to another city. The dilemma arose: should they put to the test the new foundation they had built? Anna was excited about the opportunity, but she knew the move would mean a new adjustment and possibly a challenge for their relationship. Peter, on the other hand, was worried. He feared that distance might reignite the old ghosts of insecurity and social pressure. After much discussion, they decided that Anna should accept the offer, but with a clear commitment: they would work together to maintain their connection, regardless of the distance. They established a communication plan with daily calls and frequent visits. This experience, though challenging, ultimately became a new phase of growth for both. They learned to value every moment together and not to take anything for granted. As time went on, Peter realized that the distance also brought benefits. He had the opportunity to focus on his personal projects, explore new activities, and develop a fresh perspective on his career. Anna, for her part, thrived in her new environment, quickly adapting and making new friends. The support they had for each other became even more crucial, and they discovered that the trust they had built was solid enough to withstand life's challenges. Finally, when they reunited after months apart, the meeting was filled with emotion. Both had changed, but in a positive way. They embraced, feeling the strength of the love that had been reinforced by the experience. The journey had shaped them, and as they looked into each other's eyes, they realized that what truly mattered was the connection they had nurtured, which went beyond social expectations. Peter and Anna learned that true happiness in marriage doesn't come from perfection but from the ability to adapt, support each other, and grow together, even through difficulties. They were ready to face any challenge that life presented, knowing that as long as they were together, they could overcome any obstacle. And so, with a new understanding of love and commitment, Peter and Anna continued their journey, stronger and more united than ever.